Okay, let's go ahead and tackle this equation right here. And why do you want to stick around? Why do you want to watch this video? Well, hopefully you're motivated because you want to get better in algebra. And how do you get better in algebra? Well, one of the main components to get better at anything is to practice, okay? But you want to make sure you're doing the right practice, all right? It's just like if you are learning how to hit a baseball or any kind of sports, if you're using improper technique and you're trying to hit the baseball, it doesn't make a difference if you're, swinging like 1,000 times. If you're not holding the bat correctly, you're not going to hit the baseball. Okay, so in algebra, it's no different. You want to know the right steps, and then you want to practice the right steps, and that's what we're going to be doing here in just 1 second. Now, if you think you can solve this, and you're like, no, I know how to do this, go ahead and pause the video and put your answer in the comment section. But I'm going to get to all of this in just in one quick moment. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. I'm going to leave a link to my math help program in the description of this video. But if you are having difficulty in math, maybe you don't think you can learn math, maybe you feel like you're bad at math. I'm telling you right now, that's a mental block. You are not bad at math. Okay, what you have is some barrier that's kind of between you and being successful in math. Now, what can that barrier be? Right? One, it's your beliefs. Okay, if you think you're bad at math, that's not true. I'm just telling you right now, that's not true. The second thing is, as long as you have the desire, what you're going to need to learn mathematics is great math instruction. Now, I've been teaching math for decades, and I can tell you I can help you out. So if you don't feel like you're getting the right instruction, or maybe you're not connecting with your teacher's teaching style, well, I think you might like my instruction. What I do is I break things down in super, super easy bite-sized pieces of very clear and understandable steps. So anyone can learn math. As long as you have the desire to learn, you will be able to learn. So, anyways, if you're at the middle school, high school, or even college level in terms of mathematics, I can help you out. Now, if you're preparing for any test that has a math section on it, I'm talking about the GED, SAT, ACT, GRE, GMAT, ASVAB, Accuplacer, CLEP exam, teacher certification exam, nursing school entrance exam. I could keep going on, but I think you get the idea. So if you're watching these math videos as a way to get ready for a particular exam, I can really help you out and pass these particular exams. All right, and these are very important exams, especially like certification exams or college entrance or placement exams. Now, if you homeschool, you definitely got to check out my homeschool math program. It's an excellent program and cover many middle and high school level math courses. And if you need some math notes, I'm going to leave links to my math notes in the description of this video. But one of the keys to being great at math and learning math is taking great math notes. So if your notes are not that good, start improving them and you're going to see magic happen right in front of your eyes. Okay, so we're going to get into how to solve this equation. And I want to talk about two approaches that one could take to solve this equation. But right now, I want to quickly state that this is what I'm going to talk about is something you definitely do not want to do. Okay, so if you're looking at this, you're like 2/5 x plus 1/3 is equal to 4. Now, some of you might just hate fractions so much. When you look at fractions, you might be like, just have that angry face and be like, why fractions? Can't you just give me nice, easy numbers? Well, I'm sorry, fractions are numbers as well, and we're going to have to learn how to deal with them. But what you don't want to do is get your calculator out and convert these fractions to decimals. Okay, I've seen that happen maybe about 125,000 times over my decades of teaching math. Well, maybe not that many times, but you get the idea. You don't want to take these fractions and convert them to decimals. Be like, I got a calculator. I'm not messing with these fractions. I'm going to turn them into decimals, and then I'll solve the problem. Do not do that. Okay, just imagine you don't have a calculator. Okay, so that's just, I want to kind of get that out there, right? Now, with that being said, let's take a look at two approaches you could consider to take, assuming you know how to solve basic equations that don't involve fractions. So in other words, if you can solve like 2x minus 3 is equal to 7. Okay, now hopefully you could solve this equation. And if you can't solve this equation, listen, this is feedback for you. You need to go back and review basic 1 and 2-step equations. Now, how do you do that? Well, I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel on solving basic equations, or maybe you want to consider one of my algebra courses, okay? All right, so here is two approaches, okay, that one could take to solve this equation. Now, here is this equation that we're going to be working on. Let's take a look at this side first, and then I'll talk about this side. So hopefully, most of you out there are saying, okay, I have this variable 2/5 x. I need to move this fraction to the other side. So my first step is going to be I'm going to subtract 1/3 from both sides of the equation. Okay. Now, if you are thinking in this as being like the first step you should be taking, that's very good. Okay. So I'm going to say that is good. All right, because you're thinking correctly. Okay. You want to move all your numbers to the right and have your one variable term here. So you may want to proceed in this manner, okay? However, this over here is better, okay? This is better. This is good, but if you're thinking in this term, in these terms, this is better. Now, what am I talking about here? Well, I'm talking about taking this entire equation and multiplying it by the lowest common denominator, okay? Now, why do I want to do this? Because this, when you do this, it clears the fractions, okay? So we don't have to deal with fractions. Here, I'm going to have to deal with fractions. Here, I'm going to have to figure out what 4 minus 1/3 is, and then I'm going to have to deal with 2/5 with that answer. So listen, I'm not unlike you in terms of fractions. I'm like, yeah, I got to work with fractions, but sometimes it's easier just to take one step and clear the fractions away, and then we can proceed. Okay. So, but again, if you were thinking in this way, you are thinking correctly. So that's good. But this approach is better. So let's go ahead and tackle this. But before we do, um, what am I talking about in terms of the LCD? Well, it's the lowest common denominator of the fractions involved. So I had 2/5, 1/3, and 4. You're like, well, this is not a fraction. Well, it's a fraction. You can make anything into a fraction by just dividing it by 1. So what is the lowest common denominator given 5, 3, and 1? If you know that, okay, get that answer and then multiply this LCD by each one of these terms of this equation. You'll clear the fractions and you'll be able to solve that equation. Okay, so let's see if you can do that. And if you understand conceptually what I'm talking about, that's excellent. But let's see if you actually put this into practice. Okay, so if you want to see if you can do this, pause the video. But I'm going to get into the actual solution right now. And let's take a look at that work right here. Okay, so here it is. Here's my equation. And what's my denominators? 5, 3, and then of course I have 1 right here. So what's the lowest common denominator of 5, 3? Well, it is 15. Now why is that 15? Well, you need to review the LCD. I have tons of videos, again, in my pre-algebra playlist on how to find the LCD of a number, but hopefully most of you knew that in fact it was 15 was LCD. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply this entire equation by 15. I'm not going to break the equation. Okay, remember in algebra, you can multiply the equation by anything you want as long as you multiply it by every one of the terms. Okay, it's the same number, you're just rewriting it in a different way. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And take 15 and we're going to multiply it by 2/5 x. So 15 times 2/5. Now, if you're not sure, go 15 times 2 over 5. 5 times 2, that's 30. 30 divided by 5, of course, that will be 6. But hopefully, most of you are saying, okay, 5 goes into 15. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. The whole bottom line here is that the answer you get is 6 or 6x. So 15 times 2/5 is 2/5 x is 6x. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take 15 and multiply by 1/3. So 3 goes into 15. How many times? 5. So 5 times 1 is 5. Okay. So 15 times 1/3 is 5. Then 15 times 4 is 60. So I just transformed this equation here into this equation, and this equation is much nicer to work with. And the way I did that is multiply by the LCD. So this is why you just, take one initial step with your fractions, clear everything away, and now just proceed from this point forward. Okay, so 6x plus 5 is equal to 60. So what am I going to do here? What's my first step? Well, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides of the equation. Again, this is basic algebra, basic two-step equations. So you're going to need to know this before you really get into more, challenging equations with fractions. But hopefully this is making sense to you. So that leaves me with 6x is equal to 60 minus 5, which of course is 55. And then to solve for x, I just need to go ahead and divide both sides of the equation by 6. So 55 divided by 6 is what x is equal to. So that is the right answer. Now, how many of you got this answer? Now, even if you took the first approach by subtracting the fractions on both sides, I don't really care, okay? Because I am going to still give you a good old 1986 flat top haircut and A plus and 100%. The bottom line is that you got it right and you knew what you were doing, okay? So that's very, very, very good. Now, let's go back up here real quick. And if you took this approach, okay, that's excellent. It shows me that you know how to work with fractions, you know how to solve equations. But I want you to keep in mind that this is a better approach. So practice this approach, okay? Anytime you see fractions, be on alert and be like, okay, I'm going to use that LCD and clear those fractions away. But if you did it this way, again, nice work, okay? But if you didn't get this problem right, definitely don't be discouraged, okay? The whole idea in learning or getting better in anything, algebra, baseball, basketball, doesn't make a difference, is practicing. Okay, so people who, let's say sports, right? Are you going to make every single basketball shot when you're practicing? No, you're going to miss a lot. But what are you doing? You're observing what you're doing. You're trying to correct what you might be doing wrong. It's no different in algebra. Okay, but if you don't practice this stuff and you don't practice it correctly, you're not going to get better. And then my job is to, or my passion is to help you along your journey to get excellent in mathematics. So if this little video helps you out, please consider smashing that like button. That definitely helps me out. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. I've been on YouTube for 10 plus years. I have over 1,000 plus math videos, basic math to advanced math like calculus on my channel. I make this stuff for you so you can get the help you need to be successful in math. So if you like my teaching style, please subscribe. Now, I will say my best math help is in my math help program, but nevertheless, I have a massive amount of help on my YouTube channel. But anyways, with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.